You know, you heard me say earlier when we were outside that we've had 3 snowstorms here within the last 7 days in the Westchester, Pennsylvania area. And I think other areas have had these same clipper systems that have moved through. And instead of a dusting, we got 3 inches. And that's a lot because you're going to end up scraping or shoveling or something. Wouldn't it be nice to peel winter off your windshield? Oh, I don't know, in about 10 seconds. Last Saturday, we expected a snow of about 3 or 5 inches. That's what we ended up getting. I started snowing as I came to work, so I put my FrostGuard on when I came in to do Saturday morning Q. When I came out at 3 o'clock, covered. I just loosened the other end where Scott Hind is standing. Hello, Scott Hind. And I'm well, buddy. And then I just peeled winter off the windshield. Talk about a great gift for anyone that lives in a snow area. This is going to do the job for you. But not just even if you live in a snow area. Do you get a lot of ice in the winter? Ice is even harder to get off than the snow. Yeah. Not when you have the FrostGuard. Tell us about how this works.
Well, it's a 30-second solution to a 30-minute problem. And that 30-minute problem is a really aggravating one because it's when you're cold and miserable and you got to scrape an entire windshield and it takes you 20, 30 minutes. It's miserable. And I think you make a great point here, David. It really is these nuisance storms. Like when you know there's a foot coming or 1.5 feet, you can get prepared. But yesterday we got caught. You know, we didn't think we were going to have much.
Well, they kept saying it was going to be a dusting.
Right.
And it ended up being 3 inches.
And then you know what happens? We're driving around and your car's a little bit warm. The layer underneath melts and then it refreezes at night.
Yep.
So that nuisance, 3 inches, becomes 2 inches of ice, an inch of snow. Well, instead of scraping it and screaming and yelling and swearing, how about you just put your FrostGuard on every single night and then guess what? You're good to go. The windshield's clean and ready to go. Your car's ready to go when you're ready to go.
You know, Scotty, since we started the show, a lot of our savvy shoppers have been shopping ahead in the show.
Yes.
Over 1,200 of these ordered since we began at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So a lot of you are already choosing your FrostGuard. Let's go over and look at colors.
Yes, sir.
Talk about sizes, but let's go through colors first.
Yeah, real quick.
Actually, you know what? I'm told now we have to do an update as we go through.
Okay, please.
So why don't we do that?
Problem. You
Our
do
first
that, my
color
friend.
is black.
Mm-hmm.
I have standard and extra large. Both are available in black. This is the red. Crimson.
Yep.
Standard only. This is Tencel. Both sizes available. This one is called teal.
Yep.
Teal. Extra large only in that. And in the camo, standard size only. So Scott, now help us understand whether we need a standard or an XL.
This is really important, David, because the proper fit is the proper function. If you have a compact car, and you know, real tiny guy, all the way up to a small SUV, like a RAV4, Nissan Rogue, you're going to want to use the standard. Anything from a mid-size SUV, you know, like a Jeep Grand Cherokee, Ford Explorer, all the way up to a Ford F-150, Tundra, you're going to want the XL. Proper fit is the proper function, especially in the SUVs. If you're unsure, go ahead and cheat up to the big size.
Right.
Same price, but the big thing is you get the security panel, which we'll show you in a second. That'll keep it in place.
And that's what's really important here. And what you're going to really love is that this is made of a heavier, denier material. Think about a soft-sided luggage.
Yep.
Like soft-sided luggage, tent material many times is made out of this, this kind of material. So you're talking about something that's super duper durable. And on the back, it's got this membrane so water can't permeate.
That's a big key. There's the PVC backing. It's shiny, and that's 2 reasons. First, like you said, prevents the ice and the snow from going down into the windshield. More importantly, it helps prevent it from sticking to the windshield.
Correct.
So both things are important. I'll prove that to you right now. Here is a windshield that we've covered with a piece of construction paper, and streak's still going. This is the same piece of paper I've been using for almost 2 seasons now.
Wow,
so let's
okay.
see if we can keep it going. And here's the exact same type of construction paper on top. Went outside, grabbed some of that snow we just got last night.
Right.
And we're going to put that right on top, mash it down in. That's good and wet and cold and yucky. And then what we're going to do is pour some water on top of that, David.
You know what they call this? Insult to injury.
Yeah, exactly right.
Adding insult to injury.
Or a miserable day waking up here in Pennsylvania this morning.
Same.
Yep. So what happens is you watch how this beads up and runs off the front of the FrostGuard. It's exactly what you want to see. But more importantly, the piece of paper is now discolored because it's wet. Well, if even one drop, one flake of snow went down through, you would see it. It is bone dry and the streak is alive once again.
That's the good news.
And that's really what that means, though, David, is your windshield's ready to go, your car's ready to go when you're ready to go.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, the very first time you come out, and this is on your car, and you peel winter off in about 10 seconds, you're going to wonder why you didn't do this a long time ago. This is awesome. Now, Scotty, we should also mention that this comes along with mirror covers.
Yeah.
So those are included in your purchase because here's the other problem. If you don't cover the mirrors, now some newer fancy cars have heated side mirrors.
Yes.
And so that gets the ice off there pretty quickly. Most of us don't have that feature on our car. So having these little covers on the edge is going to be on the mirrors are going to be important. The other thing you should know is that it's almost virtually impossible to steal the FrostGuard.
Yeah.
Because if you look over here, there is a flap that you're going to close inside the car door. And when you do that, there's a dowel rod sewn in here. Now, I know it's a little hard to see from that vantage point. Maybe if I open the door and take it out and show it to you. That probably makes more sense.
Yep, please do.
So here's the flap. Here's the dowel rod. This is rigid inside. If I close this flap in my car door and lock the car, good luck trying to pull this off
No
the car.
chance. In fact, if you do that, I'll illustrate it for you.
Okay, look
so
at
you
this.
Little pull. Now watch this. David, I'm not a light guy. I enjoy a couple cheeseburgers every day. And as I pull on this.
You and I have that in common.
I'm moving the car before I'm moving the
Yeah,
FrostGuard.
I mean, that thing's not coming off. They would have to literally cut it off your windshield, and by that point, someone would see them. Yeah, so not to worry there. This is on Easy Pay today. We've got it on, is that 6? Oh my word. That's 6 payments of what? $3.90? Come on now. So this is what it's all about. Let's get back to color choices.
Yeah.
Remind everybody that we don't have every size and every color. And Scott, if I may, I'm just going to give you some updates as we go through. In the black, I have both standard and extra large. And that's probably a pretty popular choice right now because that's a standard color and most folks, it's a safe one to buy
Matches
if you're
every car.
not sure about gift giving. This one is crimson, standard only. This is tinsel, both sizes available, but we're limited in, we have 500 in the standard and 500 in the extra large.
Goodness.
Tinsel. In the teal, extra large only, fewer than 500, and in the camo, standard only. Take a look here about choosing your size, and Scott, explain to us again if you would.
Yeah, it's really important. Proper fit's the proper function, David. So if you have a compact, small car, all the way up to a small SUV like a Rogue or a RAV4, please get the standard. You do want it to fit properly. Anything from a mid-size SUV like a Jeep Grand Cherokee, all the way up to a Toyota Tundra pickup truck or an Escalade, do get that XL. If you're in doubt in the mid-size SUVs, cheat up to the XL because of that security flap you just showed.
Yep.
It's not going to blow away. It'll fit well, and that's exactly what you want. No matter what the color, it just does the job. And the job it does is eliminating the unbelievable misery of scraping and screaming and yelling and cleaning up your windshield when it's about 13 degrees and you need to be somewhere. You needed to be somewhere 10 minutes ago.
And that's the day you can't find your gloves and your hands are blue. They're so cold and wet, right? We've all been there. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Well over 2,500 ordered in this hour. We're very, very busy on our phone lines. If you can use automated ordering, QVC.com or mobile app's the best way to get through right now. You should also remember that credit card order not only allows you to enjoy Easy Pay, but it will ensure that this arrives before Christmas at no additional charge to you.
Do you mind?
So shop with confidence, please. I was going to mention one thing,
please
Scotty,
do. I want you to.
Right before that, one thing that I love about my FrostGuard, and I have the black one, the apron that comes down over your windshield wiper well, this is so important because how many times have your wipers been frozen to the windshield, or people do this and they think that that's a smart idea? Well, here's the problem with that. If you're in an ice storm and all this gets coated with the ice, how many times have you slammed this down on the to break the ice?
Yeah.
You know what also happens when you do that? You break the windshield wiper because this rubber freezes in many cases if it's a lesser quality, and then it will split and crack.
Yeah.
And then you get smearing or you get that metal on the glass.
Yeah, long about April, you can't figure out why your windshield wipers don't work.
Yeah, so it's
exactly.
a mess. So covering this is really important. I've had people that use FrostGuard. I've heard from folks who use the FrostGuard in the fall to keep the leaves out of their the well of their windshield wipers.
Yeah, and this is a funny story. It just happened the other day, and I told her when I was working with Mary the other day. So my neighbor Joe, good dear buddy of mine, and I gave him and his family FrostGuards for Christmas last year. Okay. And we got caught with that little clipper storm Wednesday morning, whatever, Thursday morning came in. It was only about an inch, 2 inches, maybe 3 at most. And I had worked the overnight. I came home, and Joe was out there scraping his windshield. And I looked at him like he had 5 heads. And I was like, what? I know for a fact I gave you a FrostGuard as a gift. He goes, well, I just thought it was going to be a dusting, so I didn't put it on. I forgot to put it on, whatever. Well, here's what happened. His car was warm when the snow started because he'd been driving it. The underneath layer melted and froze. So that dusting, only 2 inches, became an inch of ice and an inch of snow. Well, there was that 30-minute problem. And I said to him, Joe, just get in the habit of putting this on your windshield. And and when you do, and that's all kidding aside, that's the beauty of this, because I understand, can you take 2 inches of snow off of dust with your windshield wipers? Of course you could, but it's the ice that freezes underneath. That's why you want this, and that's why when you give this to somebody, David, the very first time it saves them from having to do that, you'll get that phone call saying, what an awesome gift this is.
Without a doubt. And I can tell you now, we've taken orders for over 4,000 of these. 400 people on the phone lines, and a lot of you are probably saying, I have a garage. Why do I need one of these? Is there a garage at work? Is there a garage at the grocery store? Is there a garage if you went shopping all day, or maybe you parked outside at the airport?
Nope.
Think about that.
Yesterday was a great example. And I know we keep referring to things that happen here in Pennsylvania, but this happens all across the country.
Sure.
We got caught yesterday. We didn't even know we were getting snow. We were supposed to get a dust. We ended up getting 3 inches. And a lot of people that had their cars, they were kind of warmed up during the day, and that underlayer froze, then melted, then froze back up. I saw so many people yesterday in the parking lot, anywhere scraping and screaming and yelling. And the reason I bring that up is because they were at work. And to your point, you think, well, I'm not going to take this to work. Well, you got the security panel.
Right.
It's not going anywhere. And if you'd put it on when you went to work, you'd have peeled it off and you'd have been fine.
So let's remind you of colors real quickly, and I'll tell you, in the black, we have both sizes, standard and extra large. In the crimson, standard only. Tencel, both sizes, but both limited. Oh, if you want standard and Tencel, 50, all I have left.
Goodness gracious.
Teal is in extra large only, and 200 left. And camo is standard only. Miss Marianne, can we see that graphic for sizing again one more time? Just to talk about what size to order, help us understand that.
Yeah, proper fit's a proper function. If you have a compact car all the way up to a small SUV like a Rogue or RAV4, please get the standard. Mid-size SUVs like a Jeep Grand Cherokee all the way up to a big pickup truck, do get the XL. Proper fit's a proper function.
And look here, we peel this back again after that wet snow has been lying there for the last, 10 minutes.
Same ice and snow. And no worries whatsoever, bone dry. It means your car's gonna be ready to go when you're ready to go. This is such a great gift because it solves a nasty problem.
All right, young man, 20 minutes.
Yes, sir.
You and I have a brand new item.
I can't wait. It's a great one.
We have never had this particular item on the air